What's up, Virgo? This is going to be a love forecast for the second half of April. This is for my Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and for the cross watchers. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a like, throw me a comment, share. It does help out my channel. If you're new here, I do put these out every 2 weeks, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell if you want to keep up with me as I do. I also offer personal readings. All the info for that's in the description box of the video. There is a wait for a reading with me, so if you wanted to explore your options, I put a link to my affiliate Mystic Sense, which will give you access to lots of psychics and readers located all over the world at any given time. And if you go through the link I provided, they're going to give you your first 5-minute reading free. So check them out if you feel called to do so. And otherwise, if you want to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, I put the links to those in the description box as well. Now, Virgo, I'm going to do personal on your mind. How do they feel about you? Then how do you feel about them? Then the projected potential outcome for the second half of April. Bearing in mind that outcomes can do and will shift for you, depending on your state, who you are being, who you are identifying as, which then is connected to your thoughts, your actions, your inactions, your reactions, your assumptions, and what you are selecting. So this is a reading based on one timeline and one version of you and one version of said specific person that has been selected out of infinite that exist at one time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please guys, go and look into the law of an assumption. I incorporate it into my tarot readings, and there's plenty of material online. And so this is just a snapshot of the current timeline, and anything can be shifted and changed to your liking, all depending on your state, okay? 5 of Cups. How does this person feel towards Virgo as we move through the second half of April? Well, there's something that this person has, there's an element of wanting to work through like a block or a wound, and some losses. I saw 5 of Cups and the 9 of Wands, so regrets or something like that between the two of you, or old unhealed wounds that have been causing like a wall between you and this person. Look, Ace of Swords, a wall, a block, 2 of Swords, stagnancy. But then there's movement. 8 of Wands, Virgo. There's conversation, there's movement, there's wanting to come unstuck. Definitely conversation, truth, where things have not been maybe truthful, or things have not been moving, or this person, you know, 8 of Swords has been lack of clarity, Ace of Swords is clarity. Something's coming to light and there's movement. Knight of Cups, a romantic offer, Virgo, and 6 of Swords, wanting to move into a better time with you. Very promising card so far. High hopes for the future, and 2 of Wands is making plans for the future. Now, 2 cards are sometimes, you know, where decisions need to be made and there's been indecision, or there's, you know, lack of clarity on the direction, but someone wants to get clear about the direction. And Knight of Cups, there's genuine romantic feelings here, and Star card is about hopes. Star is also healing. So I did say that if there's been blocks or there's been a wall between you and this person, maybe due to past stuff, it may not be between the two of you, but if like there's been any kind of stagnancy due to like maybe, I don't know, old fears and wounds and things. I mean, this is about movement. So let's have a look. Yeah, 10 of Cups, Page of Cups. Wow. And then 4 of Cups is in the reverse with the Lovers card. There's that 9 of Wands. So the wound, I think, Virgo, has been coming from, for some of you, 4 of Cups in the reverse, there's a bit of a rejection wound between the two of you. 9 of Wands, 4 of Cups, they want to work through that, make an offer. Page of Cups, for some of you, this person may be really thinking about like the future. This is about children, family, the long term. Maybe there has been indecision about that, or there's been a stuckness or a lack of clarity on moving in that direction. Some of you, there's family influence, 10 of Cups. Now, when I say that, that's the wound, like old family wounding. I did say that before. I was like, maybe there's a bit of an old rejection wound or a block that's been keeping things stuck between you and this person. But there's a lot of movement here. There's opportunity, Page of Cups. For some of you, children already are in the mix, and maybe that's the block. But whatever's caused a disappointment, they want to come out of disappointment. Whatever has caused stagnancy or indecision, they want to come out of that. They want to talk. They want to move things along. Some of you, there could be travel or distance as a factor here. As I said, that the world, but they also want accomplishment with you. So Lover's card, strong soul connection. There's a lot of duality here though, so it could be that either there's been indecision about the next phase of the connection because of some, you know, some old kind of guardedness or woundedness or family influence, okay? Or there's been like this element of feeling like someone's not really choosing, like where is this headed? Like this has been a bit stuck, like there's lack of clarity, like strong connection, but choices here. Like, are you choosing me? Are we moving ahead? Are we doing this? There's movement. I mean, for some of you, if you're at a distance from this person, then maybe that's also caused a bit of this kind of just a bit of a wall or you know, Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. It's like maybe there's been projection. Like, again, guys, I invite you with law of assumption, and I'm only reading this person's feelings for context. How do they feel about you? They could feel like you've been coming across as a bit guarded. Maybe you come across as guarded because you make certain assumptions about this person, like that they're closed off or that they're rejecting you. So I'm only reading their side of the story, guys, because it gives you context, but in the end of the day, you can fuck it all because if you look at the law of assumption, they're going to show up however you decide or assume them to be. So far, this actually looks pretty good on this current timeline, but you can always tweak it. And I'm going to get your side of the story. Seems to be that there's movement. And again, guys, conversation and breakthrough moments and offers and opportunity. So I invite you guys, where you are holding on to any kind of resentment or standoffishness, if you want this to work, there's opportunity here to make it work. So I would do some homework into what I'm recommending to you guys. Look at coaches like Sammy Ingram, Kim Velez, Manifesting with Kimberly, Dylan James. The outside is going to conform or is going to just show up according to what you assume, and they're you know, you pushed out. So if this person has come across as quote unquote a bit standoffish, it's could be because you have made certain assumptions about them. So shift that, because there's opportunity here to move ahead. Ten of Cups is the happily ever after. So this seems to be, there's movement. Let me have a look at you and how you feel about them. How does Virgo feel about this person? Knight of Wands, passion. Queen of Cups, love. Knight of Wands, and the Six of Wands, yeah, like a lot of Wands cards, so a lot of passion, and then the World. Some of you, there's been travel or distance, or that's a factor, but you also want accomplishment with this person. And the Star card, so a lot of mutual energy, and the Page of Pentacles, so you see opportunity with this person. Queen of Wands, oh my gosh, Virgo. From two different decks, and I reverse, you know, as I shuffle, you both have the Nine of Wands in the upright. So what did I say? There's a bit of this, you both have, there's a wound between the two of you, or there's wounds that are causing guardedness, and that's not like, it's like maybe old stories. So you only need to adjust your story, Virgo. If you want this person to really show up more consistently in the way that you want them to, you need to look at where you're making assumptions, or being, there could be projection, or there could be reactions to like the way that the mirror appears to be showing up. This person seems to really have like high hopes to this. Your Queen of Wands, Nine of Cups. So maybe Virgo, you're also, because Nine of Cups is a lot of pleasure, you have a wound where you're not maybe feeling like this person's very serious in some kind of a way. Either you feel maybe that this person, that this is more fun, or this person's a bit indulgent. They've got Ten of Cups over here. They've got Nine of Wands, Ten of Cups. You've got Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups. So, and I said that they wanted to have conversation and come unstuck. So today it might have felt like, wow, lots of pleasure or lots of fun, but where is this headed? Are we taking this to the next level? Like, you know, maybe you've been making assumptions that they're not serious, or that they're never going to maybe get clear with you, or something like that. Or there's blocks, right? Like family influences, or distance, or something like that. But how do you feel about them? Definitely chemistry and attraction. And then there's that Five of Cups I saw while I was shuffling before, right? Like there's some kind of losses. So again, Virgo, Five of Cups, this is a bit of that crying over spilt milk. I don't know, is this about this specific situation, there's regrets, or is this like old stories? Because Five of Cups is like, you know, you've had a lot of spilt cups in your past. So maybe this situation is reflecting back to you, or you're assuming that things aren't going to work the way that you want them to. And maybe you're realizing that because you're trying to like let go of some old stuff. Now, again, how do you feel about them, Virgo? Maybe you feel like this person's been stuck and indecisive because they're more about fun because they haven't let go of some old disappointments. Like they're coming across as guarded and you've got the guard up. Now, again, Virgo, maybe this person has had losses. Maybe they do have difficulty being very open, and then that comes across as a way to you, right? Like you react and you're like, oh, they're being avoidant, or they're not showing up the way I want them to. But guys, as I said to you, if you really want this, first of all, this person is coming in to talk, and I already explained what their intentions are, which look really nice and pure. Again, we're only looking at this for context. If you want to change the story completely, like stop looking at them and making the assumption that they haven't let go of certain things. You can decide however you want them to show up and conform, and you need to not stay anchored into assumptions about them, which is version of them that you've selected from the version of you that has certain beliefs. And that might be actually about you and where you've been disappointed or hurt. Okay, yeah, Nine of Swords in the reverse with the World. Okay, you both have the World, so you both want accomplishment. This is about also closing out old cycles. You just seem to get anxious. There's anxiety here, maybe because you don't know about the direction forward, and there's been this mutual kind of standoffishness. But as I said to you guys, there's news and communication coming in, so that can always go either way. Like, imagine that if someone reaches out and you already have a wound or an assumption or a belief about them, and that's based on how you assume them to show up, probably based on past experiences or old relationships, right? Then a conversation can go one way or the other. So look into the law, please, guys. I mean, the World, Nine of Swords, you've had a lot of anxiety, and Four of Cups. And there's been disappointment, or you feel there's old anxiety. Again, I believe it's the same thing, guys, because I believe everyone's you pushed out. So this is the reading on the current version and timeline. But you have old anxieties around people not taking what you have to offer, or you feeling rejected, or emotionally rejected, or what you offer that is not really being taken. Reciprocity, wanting reciprocity, Six of Pentacles. You have a fear around things not being reciprocal. Okay, so maybe the mirror is appearing that way, but actually I told you this person sees you as the happiness and actually has Lover's card. And then we have High Priestess. You feel an intuitive bond with this person. I mean, that looks really positive, Virgo. So let me just get you some oracles to get more context. First of all, let's get a Messages of Love oracle. What's going on here? Healing. Guys, old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. What did I say? Now, you do not have to worry about whether or not this person is going away and doing the healing. And I don't care if this is controversial, or because I'm not reading like a regular reader, guys. I don't believe in divine timing, and then you thinking that when this person's ready and when you go away and heal, that it will come together in the right way. First of all, this person wants to move things along anyway. Secondly, fuck it in a bucket. All versions of this connection exist at one time, and all versions of you, said person that is healed and doesn't have a block, and version of person that doesn't have the block exist as well. So you don't need to worry about like going on a never-ending healing journey and worrying about whether they're healing. Boundaries. So Nine of Wands, Nine of Wands. You both have these boundaries up and these wounds. Let's see. Self-care. Clear your energy field. Balance. One person is giving too much in this relationship with the healing. You have an old pattern, Virgo, of this Six of Pentacles where you feel like things are not being reciprocated, and it's being activated in this situation, and so you're putting up a wall because you're feeling that repetitive cycle. Okay, and then this person might continue to show up in that kind of a way because that's the version that you selected and in your old experiences, and it keeps going round and round. But so yes, maybe you feel like you're giving too much, and that might maybe coming down to an old wound, a codependency thing, and the anxiety, right? Like you feel like you're giving and what you're giving is not really being reciprocated or whatever. Now, I already read their side of the story, and you can change them and get them to give you more. You need to identify as a person that, you know, has a beautiful, loving, stable, reciprocal connection, deal with a rejection wound, deal with the fact that things are about, like, believe and assume this person loves you in return and is giving you that balanced connection, etc. So that's what needs to be healed, but it's also just about selecting who you identify as, right? So we already saw what the belief is. So the self-care thing, maybe some of you are exhausted. You're just giving too much outside of yourself. Queen of Wands here is self-focused. So some of you are taking time to maybe focus on your career or do some self-care work, because this is also about confidence, guys. So, you know, that should be the focus. I think this person either way has good intentions and is coming in, and there's opportunity here to break through that wall and come unstuck. Let me get you a romance angel for Virgo. Oops. Romance angel for Virgo. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So what I feel has happened, Virgo, is there's been a lot of reactivity where you have been looking at the mirror and getting very reactive and triggered by it, 9 of Wands, because it's triggering this old story, like this wound, where you don't feel like things are reciprocated, where you're giving more, but all you need to change or control is the story, the narrative. And it will make sense when you look at the coaches that I recommended, and it makes perfect sense. The story. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So the 5 of Cups, this is like that negativity, because I think you've had old losses, and now the mirror appears to be morphing into the confirmation of your belief about self, and so they show up that way or appear to be not giving you, again, equal, or there's a trigger point there, right? And so then you get reactive, and then there's the retreat. So maybe this person, the disconnect thing, you feel like there's been hot and cold. And again, guys, I don't give a shit what anyone says. I think hot and cold, it's what you're experiencing in a specific, in the current 3D reality, okay, out of infinite, from your state. It's a reflection of your state, which is your beliefs. So you're feeling like someone is showing up away, and they cannot change, guys. The outside will conform, but you need to change who you are being, state, and how you assume them then to be. And it's much easier to assume and see things differently when you are identifying as self that doesn't have that belief about self, and let go of past experiences that were experienced from that old state. Okay, that were then triggering you because of the belief about self, of never being enough or never receiving equal, etc. The rejection wound. Okay, Virgo, I hope that resonated. It looks like this person wants to talk to you. 8 of Wands, Ace of Swords, breakthrough, Knight of Cups, romance, and there's opportunity here for the 10 of Cups. And you both want accomplishment, world, and there's opportunity to close out old cycles. And even if this does go through, say, hot and cold or silence, I mean, you can also change things, guys. You can affirm differently. Like if you want this person to communicate more or be more open, that's another thing. You don't need to demand it off the mirror. Go and look at the coaches that I recommended, because if you start changing who you identify of yourself as and make new assumptions about person and affirm differently, the mirror will catch up, the mirror will conform for you. Okay, all right, Virgo, I hope that resonated for you, and if so, you can give me a like and a comment, please, and I'll check in with you guys in 2 weeks time. Lots of love.